Good morning, everybody. Welcome to nutrition class for this Saturday. I do hope you're having a great weekend and making the best out of it. And try to get out today, get some fresh air. I'm not sure if those of you who might have walked with a dog this morning or not, but it's still fairly nice out to get some exercise in. So I'm going to go right ahead and jump into today's recipe. I believe we all will enjoy it. We are going to make waffle salmon cakes. Previously, we did make our crab cakes before, and we did other salmon cakes. But today is going to be focused on using our waffle maker here. If you have a small mini one, that's ideal. If you don't, like we didn't have that, I have my regular size waffle maker today. This recipe is so easy to do. It takes like 10 minutes to prepare. You can pair it with different sides, whatever you like to, whether it be greens or some type of rice. It's totally many options to use at this point for this recipe. So all I needed to do today was I have my ingredients here I laid out. I have some hot sauce, light mayo, Dijon mustard, panko, breadcrumbs, and my green onions, my scallions, and I do have my salmon. Last year we prepared a salmon cake in the air fryer, if you remember, with canned salmon at the time, but yesterday I went ahead and bought about 3 pounds of salmon. It cost about $19, but for this recipe you only need to use 6 ounces to make these mini waffle cakes. So I'm just gonna go right ahead, get started here. We do have a scale that we try to weigh our meats on, so I'm gonna go ahead and just show you. Yesterday we made this salmon, so it's already seasoned well. We ended up having salmon tacos for dinner. So I had leftovers, particularly for today's recipe. So as you can see, I had seared it yesterday and it has a lot of flavor, so I don't need to add any other types of ingredients to this or any other seasonings. So I'm going to go right ahead and weigh it on my scale, and I'm at 6 exactly. So what you need here at this point, take your 6 ounces of salmon, whether you have canned or you went ahead and prepared it in advance, put it right in your bowl. You're going to use 1 egg, which I've already beat ahead, panko, 3 tablespoons, my Tabasco, light mayo, get all that in there, and Dijon mustard here, and finally my scallions chopped up. Now if you're not really feeling using salmon, you can swap it out. There's many other options you could do. And I will list those when I do post the recipe. And there's also, if you're into jackfruit or tofu, you can incorporate that as your main protein to make for this particular recipe. It will yield, we made about 4 or 5 this morning, kind of rustically rough cuts we had because we were just centered on the middle of our waffle maker. But with a mini one, you may be able to produce maybe 6 at a time. So 2 of these waffle cakes are going to be 169 calories, 5.5 grams of carbohydrates, and 22 grams of protein. And then we all know eating protein does help us feel fuller longer, less snacking and in between and making irrational choices when we're hungry. So this is a good base of protein right here for you to get into. So as you can see, all my ingredients are here, super easy. You probably already have these items in your refrigerator, in your cabinet, pantry. You probably are good to go. Once it's in my bowl here, I'm just going to go ahead and incorporate it all together. Meanwhile, I have my waffle maker already ready to go. I sprayed it with some cooking oil because these little waffles are going to have to cook about 4 minutes or until you want them crispy, depending on what you prefer, a softer waffle, or if you want the crispy edges, you'll let it cook for a little bit longer. If you do not have a waffle maker, no need to worry. You can, of course, put it in the oven on 400 for a few minutes, flip them on both sides. You can use your air fryer, which is wonderful to do too, quick and easy. And there's many options if you just don't have a little waffle maker. And I know now with the weather changing, it's getting warmer and our evenings are longer. Sometimes you just don't want to be stuck in the kitchen with a stove going or an oven on that's hot, and maybe you're not really wanting to grill, weather permitting. This would be a great option to do for lunch, dinner, or maybe even a snack in between. I'm just going to go ahead and incorporate this all together. And as you can see, it's looking pretty good. All we need to use is 1/4 of a cup. Nothing more than that, just 1/4 of a cup, which I have here, which some may feel it's kind of small, but once you pack it in there, it's gonna make a nice size little waffle. So I'm putting it all in here. And I'm just gonna place this in the middle of my waffle maker, which is nice and hot. And close it for 4 minutes. And as soon as it's done, it'll illuminate to blue. So I know I'm at my 4-minute mark. Again, if you're using your air fryer, it might be less time because that cooks very quickly. And again, in the oven or on top of your stove in a skillet, variations on that as well. But with this recipe here, we did try it this morning. It was absolutely delicious. If you want to make a remoulade on the side, totally up to you. We had some aioli that did the purpose. It was delicious with the actual salmon cakes we made, and we really enjoyed it. It was yummy. It was nice little, the waffles have a nice little hole in it, so it was kind of nice to hold the actual aioli in it. And again, if you're going to make it a meal, you can certainly pair it with, more than likely, I would say, some type of starch, or if you want to go with a green, completely optional. But it would look beautiful for serving brunches or even for your lunch or dinner. So once you have all this put here, made together, you can keep it a few days, 2 to 3 in the refrigerator. Nothing more than that I wouldn't do to make them at a later time if you're just making enough for the next 2 days. I know when we meal prep, we're really not into eating the food after day 3. So we kind of just prep our foods for 2 days the most, 3 if that, if we're busy during the week. But usually after that, we do not want to have that same thing we've been eating over and over again. So right here, I wish you guys could smell it because it smells so delicious. My little waffle here is cooking away. We're almost there. And when you see this beautiful, crispy, delicious little salmon waffle, you're gonna just wanna make them today, I guarantee it. But you have to tell me if you do make them or variations, let me know how you enjoyed it. So I'm gonna give it a few more minutes. I do want to be a little bit crispy on the edges. And hopefully the next few seconds it'll turn blue. You want to take a little peek at it, see what's going on. You can see how it's looking already. I'm just going to leave it on a little bit longer because I do want it to be a little bit more crispy around the edges. And I'm going to go ahead and start making my second one to pop in my waffle maker when this one is all set. But it was nice seeing everybody last weekend at launching the Walk of the Dock outside at Buttonwood Park. It was Christine and I. We had a great time seeing everybody. It's been several years since I've actually walked, so it was nice to see everyone again. And hopefully I'll be able to get out at least once a month and join everybody again and see you all, because it was nice to see everybody again. I like that a lot. And the weather did end up clearing up after we walked, but it was very nice to see everyone still. All right, I'm going to take a peek here at my waffle, and there we go, everybody. That is your waffle here. I'm just going to gently lift it. And again, if you had a mini waffle, it'd be a perfect little circle. But today, we used what we had. We made some rustic looking little salmon waffles here with our waffle maker, and this is the end result. Of course, you can serve it with some lemon. We have our aioli here, and this is our yummy waffle salmon cakes. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy your week ahead and stay positive, and thank you again all. Bye.